Thanks a lot for dialing in. My name is Jason Economides. I'm the CEO of Eco Business Academy, and some of you will know me from either the Contactually Eco Business Academy Winter Business Bootcamp and other webinars I've done for Contactually. Some of you will know me from various other circles, and some of you are existing or previous clients of mine. So I welcome you all to today's training. It's a pretty important one. We spend a lot of time with on lead generation. I mean, and, a lot of my webinars cover how to get more leads for your business, and that's where most businesses are actually struggling. Now, let's say you are getting leads, you're getting referrals. The next key step that you need to fix is getting more conversions. There's obviously many ways of doing that. We're going to be covering just one of those ways today. So I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, Hugh Tafel from Tafel Marketing. Hugh Tafel works with local business owners and professionals to set up systems that find and attract highly qualified and profitable customers, who in turn refer like-minded customers and clients. Hugh is a local marketing expert and an independent marketing advisor with .com Secrets, the world's top internet marketing firm, and trained as a business coach with the world's premier business coaching franchise under the auspices of best-selling author, speaker, and success expert Brian Tracy. He's also written numerous business guides in the field of online and social media marketing, and published a book entitled Trade Secrets to Marketing Your Business Online, which is available on Amazon. And I'll put the link in the box in case anyone's interested. Hugh Tafel is also a graduate of the School of Business at Queen's University, Kingston, Ontario, and was an international caliber athlete in long distance running. He's an avid skier, outdoorsman, and traveler. And one of the things I'm really looking forward to doing is visiting Hugh, where he lives in the beautiful mountain resort town of Canmore in Alberta, Canada. He lives there with his wonderful wife, who I've had the great pleasure to meet already, his stepson Tristan, and daughter Sophia. And without further ado, I'd like to hand the podium across to you, Hugh. And I'm very much looking forward to this presentation myself. So take it away.
Thanks very much, Jason. This is great. Glad to be here. Quite amazing that we can connect. You're across the pond in the old country, as we Canadians like to call you, and isn't technology marvelous when it's working?
Absolutely.
Hopefully everything will work tonight, and if my audio cuts in and out, don't be afraid, Jason, to step in, tell me. Maybe I need to slow down or something, which is perfectly fine. So this is a pretty neat topic. Let me kind of get started, and when Jason and I were talking about this, recognizing that a lot of you are, professionals, maybe solopreneurs, relatively small businesses, and what I hear most of the time when I talk to clients, prospects, is that they tell me that their number one lead source is referrals, and referrals are great as long as you end up converting those referrals. Otherwise, not so great. And what's happening online now could very likely be sabotaging your whole referral network. So let me begin and show you what I'm talking about here. Now, hopefully, Jason, the screen has changed, so we're now actually moving ahead the way we want to.
Yes, it looks good.
Great. So, the idea is that the rules of marketing your business really has changed in the last few years, online and off. Google really is the main culprit, but 65% of all local search is on their network, so, my advice is better play by their rules rather than trying to struggle and work against it. I'm going to show you 4 major game changers. They really have turned marketing of your business completely on its head. And lucky for you, almost all of your competitors do not know this yet. They are not using these tactics and strategies. This is going to give you a real advantage. As Jason said, I worked with Russell Brunson, became a marketing advisor with their company. Russell's a phenomenal guy. You should just look him up. I can't believe what that fellow has done before the age of 30. Also, I worked and was a coach with Focal Point, and actually became a coach's coach with that group before I went off on my own. Phenomenal organization. And as Jason said, wrote a number of books, and I'd be more than happy to share. I actually have PDF copies. I'd be happy to share of my marketing book that's listed there below. So let's get into the meat here. So let me ask a question. You got 3 services or products or businesses. They're virtually identical. Service A, 4 good reviews, 2 bad reviews, 3-star rating. The service B, we can't find any reviews at all, so there's no ratings really. And service C, we've got 6 5-star reviews. So of all things being equal, which one would you choose to buy? You guys can put that in the chat, and Jason, you can tell me what comes out of it.
Sure. So this is a very tricky question.
It's very tricky.
I'm still thinking about it.
You want to choose between 3 services. This is the star ratings that you see. Which one would you choose? All things being equal.
Well, we've got a few C's coming in here.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? If you don't know anything about the company really, and you see that one company's actually got reviews and has at least 6 5-star reviews, you're going to choose them over the others. You're definitely going to give them a call. And that's the question that we're going to get to today. This is the main thing that people are looking for: reviews and ratings online right now. They're looking for products, they're looking for services, and even now for businesses.
Actually, you know, I'm just going to ask a question because I was speaking with someone the other day and they said that people don't. So how many of you actually do check reviews of services or, you know, providers that you're thinking of going with, or maybe even if you're going on a hotel break? You know, how many of you, put your hand up if you do, or write a comment in the questions box. I mean, I can say for myself, I personally do, but can we see how many of you actually do check online for reviews? You might type in the service or the product and then type the word reviews afterwards into Google, for example. So we've got some hands going up there. Okay, cool. So it's not just me then.
Yeah, not likely, Jason. Okay, good. Shall we move on? Okay, I think that's a good. So here's game changer number 1, folks. A few years ago, Google Plus basically merged, or Google created these Google Plus pages for free, merged them with almost every company's website, which they handily, quote unquote, stole from Yellow Pages, and that really reveals the company's reputation to their customer. So if you type in company name at location, meaning city, basically, you're going to end up seeing their website name, and then just below it you're going to see their Google review if they've got any. And heaven forbid you see something as low as 2.5 like this, then it's going to make you wonder twice whether you should even choose that company. So you search for any company name plus the city, and that reveals their reputation. Now I'm wondering if it would be useful just to actually do this as an exercise right now. Jason, has anybody got a company name and a city that we could just test this?
Sure. It doesn't have to be their company, but it could be one that they're interested in, perhaps. Or what do you have in mind?
Sure. Tell me what we got here.
Yeah. So anyone got a?
Anybody got something they want to tell me?
Anyone want to give an example of a company or a product that you've been thinking of, or service? Don't be shy.
We got any answers there, Jason, or maybe you want to give me one?
Not. Yeah. How about TXG Limited, Tango X-Ray Golf Limited in London? Thanks, Kevin.
London, England. Business management consultancy. So what's interesting, so there right now I see nothing. That probably means also that there's a Google Plus page that you could claim that you haven't yet, if this is your company or whoever's company this is, and then it would show up. You have to have actually 5 ratings from Google to even show up. Let's pick something that's probably more obvious. That would be in the review business. But I mean, this is not necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely would be helpful if you showed up and you had some reviews. So let's try something else here, Jason. Do you have a favorite restaurant of yours where you live?
Well, actually, I've got so somebody else's. Well, I do have a favourite restaurant, but actually, Dodie has said Southwest Destructors, Austin, Texas. South Destructors. I don't know that is spelled D-E-S-T-R-U. So destructors as opposed to constructors.
Destructors. And where is it located?
Austin, Texas.
Notice that as I start typing that Google's already given me ideas, meaning that this is other people have searched for this term. That's actually a good sign. Same thing for those guys, demolition contractor. They have a Google page. Be the first to review. No one's given them a review yet. So if I was referred to these guys, I'd be going, well, how come no one's reviewed them? No one said anything about them. I'd have to go down to Yellow Pages. I mean, all I'm saying is that it would be useful before, if I was a fellow who had to, or wanted to hire these guys, if I had other social proof that people have been happy with their service. Does that make sense? Let's go back to where we were here. I don't want to delay there too long. In any event, Google is making it easy for most companies, and actually people could be leaving a review for companies like that, and they may not even know it using them. Game changer number 2 is businesses must have reviews to compete online, really, because they're now become a major part of online marketing. In fact, one of our team was talking with Google the other month, and we were asking, what determines organic search, and for the first time, this was about 3 months ago, they admitted that yes, reviews and the ratings on the reviews were a factor in their algorithm on where that company would place in search. So that's another reason why it's important. So it's definitely making an effect in Google Maps as well. If you were to just search, this is like searching for a spa, then it shows up, and you can notice that those who have more than 5, not only does it show up in red, sort of orange, but also if you have a higher star rating, that kind of grabs the eye more than usual. It's also in social media, there's all kinds of different sites now where you can leave reviews, including Facebook. There's local directories like Yelp. Yellow Pages are definitely in this game now, as is in the travel and hospitality, TripAdvisor, Urban Spoon, where this all kind of started. And then there's specific ones for professionals like Demand Force for dentists and chiropractors, and there's scores of them now. It's affecting the SEO rankings, as I mentioned. And even in pay-per-click, you can actually include your reputation in your pay-per-click ads. It's another way of showing up and making your ad a little bit more relevant and visual. Game changer number 3, really, and what we have found is that search engine optimization, social media, pay-per-click, local marketing, none of it really is as effective anymore if you're not monitoring and if you get bad reviews. So our agency, we used to market businesses with websites, it's good search engine optimization, social media, etc. And then we went, we better make and do something about their 5-star reputation. But if these were the type of reviews that people saw when we sent traffic to a website or to a landing page or anything, then what we found is that we're wasting that ad spend. So we were generating leads that were going to then just be trashed because of the bad reputation that was there online. So that was the wrong approach. We now believe it's more important to build your 5-star reputation first. In other words, most companies they want to do a good job, they want to give good customer service, and the customers that know them and keep coming back know that, but the rest of the world doesn't. So let's make sure that the 5-star reputation is out there and relevant, and other people can find them. And then the next step would be to market their business to get more customers. So the foundation of marketing, in our view, is reputation. The next game changer, number 4, is that reviews actually give you pre-qualified, pre-sold leads, and that's because buyers trust reviews almost as much as family and personal recommendations. In fact, according to Bright Local, 72% of buyers trust reviews as much as personal recommendations. I mean, this is huge. That means complete strangers. They're trusting complete stranger reviews just as much as they are personal recommendations. It also can send you qualified leads. This is from a colleague of ours for one of his dentist clients. He sent this heads up, got a new patient that searched and found them online. And he asked her if she looked at the before and after pictures, being in dentistry, and she said she went straight to the reviews, and that's what sold her. $4,000 on her first appointment. So if you don't think reviews are valid and important and help you get business, here's a good example of it. So let me just do a little search here. I want to go back, open up a browser, and show you kind of what I mean. And I'm going to use my own area here, and we'll pick a. Jason told me that there are a fair number of real estate agents that might be on this call, so I thought I'd use that because that's not that typical. And I live in a little town of Canmore, so we'll use that. And I just want to show you what reputation or what it would mean. So let's say, for example, I was referred to a guy at Royal LePage Realty, one of the top, realty franchises in Canada and in the U.S. But he didn't remember the name of it or anything. He just said, "Well, just real estate agents. Just put it down. You'll probably find them." So look, this is interesting. What happens here? Now, first of all, Google has now shortened it so we only see 3 immediate businesses in the map section. But look at this third one here. Not in this first section. This stands out immediately. 4.9 stars for Remax. This lady, she's not even the owner of the Remax. She was a former owner, but now she's just working as an agent. And 4.9. Now, if I didn't know any of the other companies, I would be tempted to phone this person right away, definitely look at it a little bit more. So let's look at some more places. Let's expand this. Let's say, well, I'd like to see a bit more rather than just one. So there she is in the 3rd position. Let's scroll down a little bit. Then there's this fellow, 4.9. He happens to also be with Remax. The Remax Realty office itself. Now these guys, these 2 have been clients of mine. Nobody else is doing any reviews. Royal LePage, finally this guy, 2 reviews. Go down. Peak of Professional Management, they're actually a property management company, so they're not even a realty, I wouldn't call them. And Canmore Real Estate, that's actually the broker owner of the Remax agency. So the guys I went in and did work with, they're the only guys that have done anything in the last, that's now 18 months. And not knowing anything else, who's going to get the calls, right? That's the key. It's going to be probably those guys, not knowing anything different. am I here? Okay. Let's move on from there. So as I said, biggest shift in marketing in my view in 10 years. To what extent do people trust the following forms of advertising? These things have actually changed slightly since this was done by Nielsen. But recommendations from people we know, yeah, we trust them almost completely, but there's a caveat on that, and I'm going to show you in a second. Consumer opinions posted online, 70%, similar to the Bright Local, and actually my latest data shows that this is up around 74%. Editorial content, even editorials are trusted significantly less than referrals or reviews online. Branded websites moving down. Even emails that we sign up for, we only trust them 50% of the time. Newspaper ads, all the other advertising, a lot of it that's traditional is way down here. It's like not even in sight anymore. Yelp did a study a little while ago just on the effects of online ratings, and they show that even a half-star improvement in ratings can increase a restaurant's business during peak dining hours by 19%. This is not doing any extra spending at all. It's simply by improving your online ratings. That to me is an incredible stat. And we know anecdotally from our clients that the same statistic seems to hold true in varying degrees of percentages for all the clients that we work with. So reputation marketing is definitely a huge thing for all businesses. So I know what you guys are saying now, but I get all my business from referrals. So after being referred a business, what do you do next? Now our study shows when we ask people, close to 90%, so almost 9 out of every 10 people, even when they're referred a business, they go online to find the company information. 9 out of 10. It's simply because in our vernacular nowadays, we say, when people give us the name of a business, I say, "Oh, do you have the number?" They say, "I don't know the number, just Google it." Now that's what we do. We go online, Google that name to get information on it. Now here's what's really interesting. After being referred a business, what do people do next? And more than half of all the people who are referred a business are looking for online reviews and ratings. So if over half of your referrals are looking for online reviews and ratings for your business, why not have online reviews and ratings? In other words, why not get your testimonials? Because that's really what we're talking about, online in every single aspect. Not only that, because a full 35% are going for your website for contact information, why not have your testimonials and reviews excuse me, and ratings there so that people can see them? And also on your social media. I mean, the thing is, gang, when it comes to marketing, you do not want to leave anything to chance. You want to have a propensity of proof that you're the company that they should be doing business with. Okay? This is why it's so important to make sure that your reputation is, you're marketing it, you have it online, you've got it everywhere where people might find you, so they can, when they look you up, can feel comfortable that you're the right company, they will refer to the right company, and they should do business with you. Now there's stories I know of a fellow who told me he was looking for a landscaper and was given the name. He Googled it, and lo and behold found that not only were there not many reviews, but some of the reviews were so bad that he decided to go with a competitor, and that landscaping job was worth $20,000. So just letting you know, it can easily happen, and it happens every day. So why take the chance, especially when it's so inexpensive to fix? All right. So here's what the difference between reviews and referrals. I mean, we're in the direct marketing business. I mean, I know Jason is all about doing marketing to get an inbound response. That's what a lot of his lead generation is. We want to do this, and referrals, that's a lot of it's networking. You want to have a system for referrals. Reviews are really like referrals, okay? It's really, a review is really like others referring you without a specific name of the referral, okay? So they're really different sides of the same coin. Reputation marketing means getting a public referral, which really is a review. So it's public, many people can see it, and it's long-lasting. Referral marketing, on the other hand, is actually like a private referral. Only one prospect or two or three see it. The public doesn't see it, and we all want referrals, but really you want both, okay? And they both will help you in your business. And as Jason, I'm sure, has already told you on other webinars, you never want to rely on just one kind of marketing, one way to generate leads, one way to convert. All right. Definition of reputation marketing: Wikipedia has said that it's really evolved from the marriage of the fields of reputation management and brand marketing. So reputation management, you guys probably have heard what that means. That's usually in the cases like where something bad happens, you get lots of publicity, like McDonald's or Tim Hortons here in Canada serving coffee that was so hot that the person who grabbed it, the customer, even though it was the customer's fault, spilled it on themselves, scalded it, and then all kinds of bad publicity happened. And now the companies have to spend all kinds of mitigation on managing their reputation that's gone sour. Now, Jason, I'll ask you a question on behalf of the audience. I mean, if you had to mitigate a reputation that went bad publicly, is that expensive or inexpensive to treat?
Well, it's extraordinarily expensive to. I mean, and you don't even. In fact, you don't even know what the cost is half the time, because you can't quantify the amount of business that you lose by negative word of mouth. So, not only do you have to pay for perhaps press releases to say, hey, we're doing much better, we had this incident, and we're dealing with all of that, but what are the chances those people who've already heard the bad press haven't seen your positive press? So it's not a situation you want to get yourself into.
Right. So reputation management typically can be a very inexpensive proposition, and it's definitely true that, as we say, when people have a bad experience, I mean, they tell 10, 20 people, they tell everybody. Now, actually, online, they tell everybody. That's their 200 friends, quote unquote. And if they do a great job, they get a few maybe referrals or reviews unsolicited. So people tell maybe 2 or 3 people. So yeah, it can be very expensive. And brand marketing, Pepsi, GM, the car companies. Oh, talking about reputation management, like Volkswagen, did that hurt them or help them? They've got a bad rap now. I'm sure it's going to hurt them tremendously. Certainly the stockholders have been killed. So that's a good example. VW, I forgot about that. Brand marketing, that's also really expensive. If you guys think of the big companies, you want to try to build your brand. Both of those are expensive. So the way we look at reputation marketing, however, is we remove those 2 expensive parts, the management part and the branding part, marry them together, and that gives you reputation marketing at a fraction of the cost, building your 5-star reputation, then marketing that reputation.
Hey, Hugh.
Reputation to get more customers.
Just a quick thing. I don't know if it's just me. Sometimes when there is a transition happening on your presentation, it seems like this happens on my machine as well. It kind of swallows the bandwidth. So just if you can wait for the transitions to finish before you speak, because then sometimes we lose out the audio. At least that seems to be happening on my side.
Oh, good to know. Thank you very much, Jason. And I'll try to keep that in mind here. Good stuff.
Thanks.
So given that here's a chance to have people put their hand up or actually put something in the question box. Knowing what I've taught you so far, does reputation then impact just online marketing, or does it also affect traditional marketing? Let's have a show of hands. What do people think here?
Yeah, if you type in the questions box, if you think, yeah. So we've got Kevin saying both. Anyone out there think it only affects one? Like, if you have reviews online, it only affects your referrals online. Everyone's saying both so far.
Exactly. Well, let's move on, because they're exactly right. I mean, it's definitely, if you see an ad or you hear about a business on TV and magazine ads, you go online still to check out the company. Newspaper, radio, you still go online to check out the company. You receive a direct mail package, you go online, check out the company. SEO marketing, you're going to go online. Social media, mobile, no matter where you see anything about a company or a product these days, you go online and you want to check it out. And what we really want to do, most of us, is we want to see what other people are saying about it. So reputation impacts all of your marketing, including referrals. All right. Definition of reputation marketing. I already had this. I don't know why we have this slide, so let's just move through. Got 2 slides in there, Jason. Sorry about that. So now I want to show you guys the perfect reputation strategy so you have an idea of what it looks like. Okay, this is what we do for our clients, and this is what you can do as well. All right, this is my recommendation for you. So first, you want to manage your reputation. You're going to want to build it, and you're going to want to market it. Managing is about monitoring. It's about alerting. I mean, we alert our customers about reporting. Managing means making sure that you know everywhere where your company might be listed online, so you can see if people are saying anything about you, particularly if they're saying anything negative about you, so you can take action. You do not want to wait on this. Building your reputation is making sure that your staff knows everything that there is to know. Why is reputation important? I know this sounds obvious, but you'd be amazed how many take it for granted that their staff knows that it's important. You got to make sure they know why it's important. Why is customer service important? Because people may say, not only is it good right then and there, but you do not want negative feedback going online, word of mouth going online. I mean, it's all important for both referrals and reviews and for building your business. At the same time, you want to be asking for feedback from all your customers. So what we do, we set up the systems for our clients so that's easy for your customers to leave feedback, which can be via surveys, and then collect testimonials, ask for reviews. You've got to ask for them. You need a system to ask. We find even when there's a system to ask for reviews, you're only going to get about 1 in 10. So if you don't ask for reviews or feedback, chances are you're going to get almost none, like we saw in our first examples where we went online to see if there was any feedback or reviews, and we didn't see any. Then you want to market those. You want to use good testimonials and reviews on your website, on your social media, wherever you have a presence. Create images from them. Create videos out of them. The idea is to use all of the tools that you've got, and one of the best tools you can whenever you're marketing, giving a presentation, etc., is to show the feedback and testimonials and reviews that people have left you. Okay, now our particular system looks like this. I'm going to give you just a 20,000-foot view. We first want to capture customer feedback. We do that by creating feedback pages. So we actually create a dedicated feedback page where it has examples on the side here of actually reviews that we've got. It's, of course, mobile friendly, so people can use their phone, or they can use a tablet, or they can do it on their desktop. We collect some data. We want to know who left the review, name, email, maybe what city they came from, and then we ask them some questions. And then we asked for the review itself. Then our system is designed so that we can actually get those reviews and ask people to leave them online, but that's another story yet. We're also monitoring, so just like you want to be monitoring all the different directories. Are people leaving reviews there? And then for our clients, we end up creating alerts and reports. So you want to be doing the same so that you're reporting to, if you're a larger company, the manager's sales team, if they get good reviews, customer service staff. It's always good to give them and share with them good reviews when they come in. It really makes people feel good. At the same token, if there's a review that's negative or a testimonial that's negative, you want to treat that through your management team. Deal with it privately with the individual staff, if as the case may be. and then, of course, follow up immediately with the customer. Now, we also, in our view, which you can do as well, we redirect our customers who've left us feedback on the private feedback page. We have a system for the good reviews to automatically have them be redirected to one of the directories online, or one of 3 that we know customers are looking at. So we do everything we can to encourage our customers to leave the same good review on the online directories. If you recall or know, all directories typically have algorithms and also terms of service that only the customer themselves can leave the review, not the business owner. Even if you've received a testimonial, you cannot post that on one of the directories on their behalf. You'll get banned from their account, lose your listing. Then you want to market your reviews on your websites. You want to market it on all the social media where you have. Some social media only takes images, so it's great if you can actually create images from the reviews that get posted. And then last but not least, but one of the most powerful methods today is to create little videos or review commercials, we call them, from reviews and testimonials that you've received. These are extremely powerful. I'm going to go into this a little more detail here. At a minimum, and get reviews, create and set up your Google Plus pages, Yelp pages, whatever directories, set them up as much as you can, even if it's just Facebook, and then ask your customers to leave feedback on those sites, especially those you feel confident are going to leave you good reviews, because you have no control, of course, if they go and leave a bad review if you send them directly to one of those social directories.
Now, a few months back, I actually wrote a blog post about, actually was entitled "The Real Truth About Getting Customers by Word of Mouth," because, you know, I meet so many businesses and say, "How do you get your customers?" And I say, "Oh, I get them by referrals." But but when you ask the question, the next question is, well, how often does that happen? Right? It's all, saying those words, "I get customers by word of mouth or by referral," is really nothing but an ego boost. It initially, when businesses are saying that, it's the fact of the matter is you're probably only getting one referral a week, maybe you're getting one every 2 or 3 weeks, and that's not, the article kind of goes into the fact that, that's fantastic. You get word of mouth marketing and referral marketing, but do you actually have a referral system? Do you actually have do you control that process? Are you actually taking responsibility and make it systematically ensuring referrals are happening? And that's what this is all about. So it's all very well getting, being such a great provider that you're getting business by word of mouth, but what if you could increase that by, well, what if you could just double it? I mean, would that be, if you guys on the phone, if you could just double the number of referrals you get, would that mean a lot to your business? I mean, so if you're getting 1 a week, you get 2 a week. I mean, would that make a significant difference to you?
You got some people answering now.
Give them a chance to find the question box, and we'll put the hand up. So or you can put your hand up if you want, to show whether or not getting a doubling or tripling of, so it would make a significant difference. I won't say who just answered there, but I know that one of the people who answered has extremely high value consulting services, and I know that would make a big difference. So, allowing referrals to happen and making referrals happen are 2 entirely different things, and that's what this is really all about, right, Hugh?
It's totally. I mean, they're 2 sides of the same coin. I mean, one, you want a system to ask for referrals, especially when somebody is very pleased with your service. And that's probably would be a whole other webinar. How do you ask? What kind of language should you ask? When should you ask? The same thing is when you want to get testimonials. You cannot expect your customers, clients, guests, in the case of hospitality, just automatically give you a testimonial. You got to ask, and that's definitely what we do for our clients. We make it easy for them to ask. So I'm telling you guys right now, ask and get referrals. Ask your clients, can you leave me a review? If you don't want to set up a whole system like we do for our clients, then at a minimum, make sure you get your Google Plus page. It's a free page. Even if you're a consultant, solo proprietor, you can have that page. You have Facebook as well, which has a review section. Ask and get them to leave reviews there. If not, then at least get testimonials you can leave on your, because our survey has shown it that 90% of your people who are referred to you are going to look you up, if just to get the phone number. So when they look you up on their front page, there better be some social proof or somewhere they can easily find it that other people have said great things about you. Does that make sense? So with that, I'd like to move in how we've actually cracked this code and make it even easier and make the marketing of reviews and testimonials even more powerful than it already is. And that's in the realm that we're going to start and show you here. Video marketing. Why video marketing? Well, kind of a no-brainer. The reason is that 94% of all consumers watched a video online, at least one last week. 76% of smartphone owners watch videos at least once a week. And of course, the younger crowd, if that's your audience, they're watching videos far more than 10 times per week. And I would say that these numbers are low now because it's already, when I collected this data was 6 months ago, and I know that the numbers keep expanding. Video marketing really positions you as a market leader. You get social media and search engine optimization value, and video becomes a long-term asset of your company. It doesn't go away, and I'm going to show you some examples here in a second. Number two, huge impact on sales. 96% of all consumers find videos helpful when making a purchase decision online. 58% said they consider companies who produce video content to be more trustworthy. 71% say that videos leave a positive impression of the company, and 77% say that the videos create or show that the company is more engaged with their customers. So our idea with reviews, we know that they're important. I've already showed you. Video marketing also extremely important these days. People rather watch video than read an article. So what we've done is combine the two. It's what we call the customer review commercial. And I think now would probably be a good time that I showed an example. So let me try to find an example here. I'll go back to my real estate example. This guy here. See what we come up. All right. So this is a local realtor of, now just so you guys know, our little community that I live in, mountain community of Canmore, it's kind of like not quite getting there, but it's kind of like an Aspen in Colorado. It's one of those now becoming a desired place to live. So there's probably 80 or 90 realtors operating in our little town of 12,000. Give you an idea how important real estate is here. So this fellow, we started this about a year ago, creating some videos for him on the review videos, and look at this, right? When I search for his name, because he's, again, a professional like him, from his networking and other stuff, most of his customers are coming from referrals, or they see his name, they search it up, and they get his website. They see a video, look at how it shows up with an image, another one, another video. He's got Facebook ratings, he's got the 8 Google reviews. So if I was referred to Thomas, I would be feeling pretty comfortable right now. So why don't I go ahead?
When our customers are happy, we are happy. And when they write us to tell us why they're so happy, we're happy to share it. They were so excited about the great customer service they received, they went online and left this review. And this review is one of our favorites because we go to great lengths to always constantly work on improving our processes and to make sure our customers get the best service possible. So online feedback like this is always appreciated, and we love sharing it with others. Great reviews aside, we enjoy earning these from new customers, so we want to show you how our extensive experience, knowledge, and superior customer service can help you. We're glad you had a chance to come by and visit us today. Please feel free to ask us any questions.
Let's have a show of hands. First of all, folks, if people saw this, were watching this video, they see the phone number here on the screen at the end. What do you think they're going to do?
Kevin is saying video appears to be effective. It's a good idea. Dirty says saw bits of it. Should leave a good impression when people actually see it.
Yeah. So if people can see visually right now, they should be able to see the screen, and you can confirm with me, Jason, how visually cool that is. And I'll leave this up. I mean, if they could Google this themselves for this particular guy. I mean, we've got lots of examples, but I didn't want to show a big company. I just wanted to show a private guy and the impact that it's doing for him. And they can, after this video, can go and after this webinar, have a look themselves. Okay.
Sure, and you can actually, I mean, you could just go and Google and just do Thomas Kraus camera. Yeah, that's right, Thomas Kraus camera reviews. Thomas Kraus Canmore.
Yeah, you can put that in the.
I'm just putting that in the chat now.
Perfect. Okay, so let me move on here, and I'm gonna tell you what's kind of cool about. We've got a program right now that we've started, and I'm launching it here, and some of you are going to be the first to have heard of it. Basically giving you some of the benefits of creating video, like we just showed you, without all the major costs. And what's kind of cool about videos like this is, we don't need a lot from you. We really only need your company details. You got to have a review, okay, gang? So if you don't have a review or testimonial, go get one. Confirm where you are. And we need some images and branding of your. And then. And I'm going to explain later. There's a couple things that we want from you for this program. I'm going to show you how we can offer you this particular video in a second here. But there's a couple little things that we would need if you are interested in this particular program. So let me just show you what's involved if you actually created this video yourself. Okay? So we're kind of in beta right now. We got a bunch of production coming up in the next 2 weeks, which I'm going to invite you to take advantage of, and I'll explain why in a second. Okay, so these videos are branded for your business, so they're going to be, each one is quote unquote unique for you. We have them hosted by a professional spokesmodel. We have well over a dozen spokesmodels now, so they're almost every one is going to be a bit different. We shoot them in Hollywood-style studios, and then we create the primetime graphics and animation before and after. We green screen the office backgrounds. That way we can personalize it for your business. And then we use an on-location iPad view of a 5-star review, so it looks like that someone is actually reading that review. So it's kind of a cool technology. And then we have the call to action close, so that's your phone number for people to call. We SEO optimize these, so you can see with Thomas like how they showed up on the page. And then if you act right now, we're actually going to be able to video share those on your social media sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+. And that's part of our operation. And just a little question I should ask everyone. If you were to do and create a video, they're about a minute long, and have all those things going on, I'd like to have people put in the chat here, Jason, how much do you think it would cost them to produce a video like this if they were to do it themselves?
Yes, if you just put, have a guess how much, it would cost to. Phil is asking SEO optimizer, if you're doing the SEO or if someone else is doing it.
Well, we optimize the SEO. We don't guarantee the ranking because there's too many things involved with ranking, but most of the videos will rank fairly quickly for the terms that we're using, unless you're in an extremely large city and there's lots of competition, in which case then you'd want to do a little bit of extra work. But remember, because almost all search for local business is your name and the city that you're in, then that if you don't show up, then maybe we just need to tweak a little bit on the terms in the video. All right. These we actually end up putting up on your own YouTube channel. If you don't have a YouTube channel, we can assist you to create one. And so that becomes also another search in its own right, because YouTube is owned by Google. This is another reason why Google favors YouTube videos.
Okay, so I've got Dodie is saying she reckons it will cost about $5,000. We've got some other people saying kind of similar high amounts, $3,500, $6,000, $2,500, but it's in the thousands, Hugh.
Yeah, it's huge, right?
I guess so. I've been too scared to ever ask for one of these videos to be made because I'm just assuming it will cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll go through really quickly. I mean, if just getting the professional spokesmodel, hiring a professional videographer, makeup artist, then optimizing. I mean, you're looking at $3,600. So your guess, the participants were correct. Now, just a quick question. I mean, how many of you would spend $3,000 on a video like that? I'm kind of imagining not many.
So far, I'm not seeing any hands going up. Yeah, no hands going up so far. Anybody?
Right. So nobody would want to spend $3,000.
I'm getting some typed out answers saying no, not me. Yeah.
Right. So what if you could? But you wouldn't mind if you could have it for free. Probably we'd get a lot of hands up.
Yeah.
I can't give it for free, but if it was free, it would be pretty cool to have, right?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good if you got. Yeah. Who would want a video like that for free? I'm not saying we're giving one away, but I'm saying, if it costs you next to nothing, or nothing, who actually thinks this is a good strategy to use for your business? To if it costs you negligible amount of money, and it's only going to help you, is it a strategy that you consider? Well, we've certainly got some hands going up. We've got a yes. You've got other people saying, yeah, good stuff. Yep. Okay, so I think we've got some people who certainly think it would be worthwhile.
Okay, so tell everyone to hang in there because I've got a really good offer. I think we're going to be able to get your hands on one of these at a pretty ridiculous price, and I'll tell you why in a second. First, I want to just remind you why you really should have a video like this. Is number one, it really does help you with search engine optimization. And search engine optimization, my friends, is not cheap to do. When companies ask me, hey, can you rank my website on the first page of Google? Depending on where they are, I say, well, okay, yes. The lowest price usually is $300, $400, $500 a month, and I tell them it's going to take at least 6 months. And that's usually for a keyword phrase that's not used lots, depending on the amount on the business. So yes, problem number one is SEO is expensive. Number two, brand marketing. We already talked about it. Brand marketing is really expensive. It costs thousands and thousands of dollars. Number three, social media marketing. Even if you had someone to do all your social media, do all the posting, etc., and content marketing, and making sure everyone getting people to like your pages, I mean, that can actually get expensive, certainly time-consuming. And if you had a reputation management issue, that can cost also thousands of dollars. We talked about that already. And just creating video. Video is expensive. You're right. 1 minute is somewhere in the neighborhood of several $1,000s, typically, if you had customized, personalized video created, or if you decided you had to get all the equipment, etc., to produce one yourself. But we know that it works. Every one of these things will work if you could do it. The trick is, how do we get it to work at a price that's affordable for a small business or a professional or a solopreneur? All right. Well, these review commercials, in our opinion, are going to help you solve all these 5 problems and for a fraction of the cost. And in my opinion, humble opinion, you'd be crazy enough to take advantage of what Jason and I have decided to come up with you to help you out. Okay. Now let me just review a little bit. Here's some neat stats for you guys, just so you know. We asked a survey group if they were in the market for that particular product or service. After watching this video, would they consider contacting the company? And 7 out of 10 basically said yes, they would. That's extremely high, so that's an excellent strategy in its own right to get people to call. And second, here's also pretty cool. After watching the video review, would you consider referring this business to someone else? And again, close to 65% of all people that we asked said yes. So again, that just shows you, just trying to reconfirm the power of the videos and videos like this, even though they're relatively simple in concept, very powerful from a marketing point of view. Okay. So here's what we've got. We've got the video branded for your company. We host them, professional spokesmodels. All those things that you saw before, I'm prepared to create one for anybody who's on this call. The value is around $3,600. Obviously, we can do a lot of these at one time, so we don't have to have the same expenses. We can share the expenses over a larger number, and I told Jason we've got production happening next week, and if you guys act now, we can actually get you started for as little as $197. I know it's kind of a crazy figure, but the reason for that is we're in beta. We want to get as many companies using this as possible. And my catch, so for those of you saying, well, how can I do it so cheap? Here's the thing. What we're going to be asking for you if you go for our deal today is we're going to ask you if you could give us, number one, feedback on the video, because we're going to want to promote this to a larger audience, and number two, we're going to ask if you give us 3 referrals of other small business owners that you know, so that we can offer them the same deal. Our goal right now is to get as many small business owners with access to our review commercial system as we can, and the $197 basically just covers our minor editing costs. And that's why we have to charge something. Now, I should add that if you go to the link below there, from Jason's suggestion, we can actually also, when people get to the actual section of the video where it's on a tablet and there's the written review, instead of having our spokesmodel talking over it with music, we can actually put in a voiceover of a male or female, depending on who left the review, and have them record and have the video, of the review itself. And that's, Jason, what did we come up with? $347 for that. So again, like a crazy low price, but if you want to have the upgrade, when you go to this page, you'll see all that. I think that's all I've got right now. Jason, why don't we open it up to questions, and I'll kind of turn things over to you.
Yeah, thanks very much, Hugh. That was really enlightening. I mean, I've kind of seen you do the presentation or similar presentation before, but when you sort of see it a second time, you pick up so much more. So Sorry for the background noise. I want to ask if anyone's got any questions whatsoever about the process and what we do. Kevin's asking a question that, in fact, I've asked you before, Hugh, which is, do you have spokesmodels who have British accents? I think
and the answer is yes.
English as opposed to, I suppose you mean an English accent as opposed to, say, Scottish or Irish or whatever, or maybe you don't care, Kevin.
Well, we have a British speaker, Irish speaker, Aussie speakers, and of course lots of North American speakers for the broad North American audience. So the answer is yes for Kevin.
Perfectly. So yes, so we definitely have English speakers. Somebody's asking, how long is the offer available for? How long are we doing this? How long is it, sort of the beta offer available for?
Well, we're the 1st of December, Wednesday. I don't think we should. You've got a large list who couldn't make it today.
Right.
How long do you want to leave it? We could leave it till Sunday if that's enough time, or maybe I can leave it open 1 week.
Yeah,
I know we're going to start production on Monday.
Okay, yeah. So basically, I guess for the next week, yeah. Any other questions about? Doesn't have to be about the offer necessarily, but about generally about referral marketing, about video marketing, things like that. Got any questions at all about how a strategy like this could work for you?
I do have a question that came in on another. I don't see it here because I'm not looking at the questions, but probably people are wondering, business in the similar city. I mean, how would it matter, or how would it work if somebody else, created a similar kind of video? Because obviously we're doing a similar kind of offer, and they're wondering about that. So let me kind of answer that query, Jason. And my question would be back, if you were a roofer, or let's say you were you're a supplier of shingles for roofs. Do you limit your sale of your shingles to just one roofer, and do the roofers care if they're buying the same shingles? Does that really affect their business? And the answer obviously is no. And two, do we limit only one advertiser in newspapers or on radio, etc.? And the answer also is no. I mean, really the question for you would be, if you don't put and have your reputation, your 5-star reputation everywhere you can online, does that not almost encourage your prospect, your potential customer, to then go and do business with your competitor? And the answer would be yes. So you should do whatever you can and not worry about what your competitor is doing, whether he's creating the same kind of commercial or not. The thing is, since most of your leads for most of the businesses that I know come from referrals or word of mouth anyway, they're going online, then you want to make sure that you have absolutely no doubt in that prospect's mind when they search for you that you've got all the social proof that you need, that you're the right company to call. And these review commercials, certainly for this price, and I can tell you this price is not going to last very long, is absolutely a no-brainer in my view. You probably want to buy more than one, although we're limiting it to one right now. But you want to have as many as you can. Okay, you want to get as much proof, social proof, as possible. So that's number one question that I've had in the past.
One of the other things I just want to note, Kevin, we've got two questions from you, and we'll get right to you. It's not only the fact that it's useful having those referrals there. The more videos, the more reviews that end up showing up on page one, you're making that, that Google listing real estate, if you like, unavailable to your competitors. And that is critical, because the more that you can dominate on that first page, the better it is. You know, it's exponentially better for you, because you're taking revenue dollars away from your competitors by displacing them. With that, there are two questions from Kevin. What kinds of companies does this strategy tend to work best for? Have you done work for consulting companies? I know that Kevin's in the line of the line of work that he's in.
I haven't found any company that it doesn't work for, Kevin. It really works for all, and for this price, I mean, it's kind of, to me, a no-brainer to add it to your mix. I'm not saying it's the be-all and end-all, because it's not. There's so many things that are going on to why somebody would work for you and not work for somebody else. It's one of the strategies that you want to do. Definitely your reputation, having your testimonials public, as long as it's not infringing on, like there are certain professions in the legal field and the financial services field, depending on what state you're in the United States, for example, where they've got all kinds of restrictions on what kind of testimonials can be promoted. But short of that, you can never have enough testimonials and reviews. And nowadays, because everything is so accessible online, the real answer is people don't really care if you were good last month, last year on a job, or you helped a client well. They want to know, well, how are you right now? How are you today? I mean, lately. Did you do some good work lately? Getting testimonials and reviews is really an ongoing process. You want to be doing it continually, just like you want to be asking for referrals continually. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but
and the second question was,
it really works for every company, and I would say it works even better when you're in an industry where nobody else is doing it.
And he was asking if you've done work for, have you specifically done work for consulting companies?
Well, certainly I've worked with coaches and consultants in that basis. I mean, I came from that background. We have a number who've used our strategy. I don't know what consultancy kind of is a broad.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a broad field.
In effect, the way I would tackle this question is well, not just this strategy, but any kind of marketing strategy, but especially something to do with testimonials and referrals. Whenever I'm working with a consulting-based business, a service business, the thing is, it's like you're not selling a can of Coke, right? You're not selling a widget that an Apple Mac, which everybody knows what that looks like, and it's all about price, right? So if you know that's what you want, it's a particular phone that you want, it's a particular computer you want, a particular whatever it is, and then it's just a matter of calling up as many of those retailers as possible and finding the lowest price, right? Now with consulting and coaching, especially in many cases, you might agree with this, your prospect perhaps has never used a consultant before or a coach before. They have literally no frame of reference whatsoever. They wouldn't even know what questions to ask, especially if you're very, very high dollar, $1,000 an hour, $2,000 an hour kind of consulting, and your prospect knows that they're not going to be just buying 1 hour from you. They're going to be buying multiple hours, tens of hours, maybe long-term engagement for years. It's going to be a huge amount of money. They don't have any way of figuring out whether they're going to get a result. Then you better believe that having referrals and testimonials out there and being heavily promoted is going to benefit you, and it's going to bring a certain percentage more over the line and place the order with you than if you weren't doing that strategy. So that's what I would say. So
I think, Kevin, if you have any other questions, if you go to the order form down at the bottom, Jason has very kindly put a link where you can schedule a call with myself or him. and then you can actually we can take care of any of those kinds of questions privately if you like.
Yeah. So yeah.
Good.
And
Is there any other questions, Jason? Or
no, well, I don't see any other questions. Anyone have any last minute questions for either of us regarding marketing your business, getting more leads, converting more clients? If so, go ahead and type something in the box. And we actually didn't put our emails on the email addresses on the screen there, did we? But most of you have, well, you all have my email address, that's for sure. But which is jason@ecobusinessacademy.com. For those of you dialing into the replay, if hopefully we're making this available as a replay if it recorded okay. It's jason@ecobusinessacademy.com. And Hugh, your what's your email address?
Hugh@hughtaffel.com will work.
Oh yeah, that's
well.
Hugh@hughtaffel.com. So I'm just putting Hugh's email address in the chat box as well. But yeah, if you do go to that to the link 5-star reviews order, so ecobusinessacademy.com/5-star reviews order, then you will you'll see a sales page there. You can, if you want, go ahead and make a purchase today, or if you're not quite sure and you got some questions and trying to figure out will this work for me or not, there's a button there. You just click on that. It will take you straight through to an online calendar, and you can book in a call and discuss the strategy a bit further with us. So it looks like we don't have any more questions. So with that, I guess I'll let you guys all get on with your day, and I'd like to thank Hugh very much for your time, spending a little over an hour with us, talking about how to maximize, I should say, referral marketing, converting more leads into sales by using that strategy, and thanks obviously for the very special offer that you put together. We really appreciate it, and maybe I might invite you to do another webinar with us, Hugh. You mentioned doing one about how to ask for testimonials, what language to use. I don't know if you'd be up for that, but I'd love to invite you back if you'd be prepared to.
I think that would be a good discussion regardless, Jason, and yeah, we can talk offline. That's certainly a huge topic, and most of the people that I work with are always looking for more referrals. In fact, almost every business that I know locally, small, no matter what size, would love to have more referrals. And the key to everything in marketing as well, how do we systemize it? What kind of questions should I ask to get the referrals? When should I ask for the referrals? So that would be, I think that would be a really good topic.
Fantastic. Well, that's great. Well, we'll have a chat about it and see what we can get get on the calendar. And I've got a whole bunch of webinars that I'm going to be doing over the next several months. So look out for emails from me about those. I'll be covering things like joint ventures. I'll be covering things like how to actually host a webinar. And not just host it, but how I use webinars myself to bring in hundreds and hundreds of attendees and generating clients from that strategy. And it's going to go obviously above and beyond just saying go to GoToWebinar or webinarjam.com and get an account. I mean, there is a bit of a science to getting a lot of people on a webinar. And especially getting a lot of people on a webinar without spending thousands of dollars on actual sort of Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads, things like that. So anybody interested in maybe attending one of those kind of webinars, put your hand up. It would be interesting to know. Cool. Excellent. Good. Yeah, I will then get some dates on the diary and let you all know when those are going to happen. So yeah, so I'm just I'll we'll basically close it off here and say again, thank you, Hugh, for your time. Thank you to all of you for joining us today. I hope you found it interesting and useful, and I can see some of you are kind of have been clicking on the button to schedule meetings with us, and we shall get in touch with you at the appropriate times and make sure that we answer your questions. So once again, have a fantastic day. If you want one of the videos, click on the button for either 197 or 347 if you want the customized audio. If you're not sure which to get, book in and schedule. But this is only going to be available for a very short period of time, folks. So thanks again, and thank you to you, Hugh, and we shall speak to you again soon.
Great, thanks, Jason. Take care. We'll be in touch.
Thanks. Bye-bye, everyone.